The African National Congress is expected to host a media briefing following their weekend conference that remains unfinished. This is in Gauteng. The commissions are expected to sit next weekend to deliberate on policy positions. SABC News reporter Natasha Phiri has been following the story. Natasha, a very good morning to you. What is causing the delays in the finalization of the conference?
Well, very good morning to you, Desiree, and of course to our SABC viewers. Of course, that question will be answered in not so long, because the newly elected top five of the ANC in Gauteng will be briefing members of the media. But as you've correctly cited, Desiree, this weekend the PGC of the ANC in Gauteng will be held, and of course, we saw that nominations took place over this weekend until the wee hours of the morning. But this time around, the election of those PEC, those 30 additional members, will take place over the weekend. But what we saw over the weekend, or yesterday in the wee hours of the morning, was the election of Panyaza Lesufi as the ANC chairperson here in the Gauteng province. Of course, he was voted in by 575 votes, beating Lebogang Maile at 543 votes. It's not the first time that the pair have squared off. In 2018 was the same thing again for the position of deputy chair, and of course, Panyaza Lesufi emerged victorious. Coming to who was elected as deputy chair, we have the MEC of Finance and E-Government, I beg your pardon, Nomantunko Moralo Hoko, who actually held the previous position that she held was that of the Deputy Provincial Secretary of the ANC in Gauteng. And of course, the position of Secretary, this was a highly contested position, Desiree, as three people were vying for that position. The Provincial Secretary, Jacob Kawe, Tulani Kunene, who's the Regional Chairperson of the Sidibeng region, and of course, TK Ngliza as well. And of course, we saw the TK Ngliza emerging victorious. Now, this is a very important position, the Secretariat, is that it wields power here in the province, and this is the engine of the organization. Of course, we saw the youngest, MEC on the top five also being elected, that being Tasneem Mutara, and she is the MEC of Infrastructure Development and Property Management, and she beat Nomathemba Mokheti. She deputizes TK Ngliza. We also saw the position of treasurer by MEC Morakan Mosupye, who beats Paul Mujapelo by just one vote. And Desiree, just looking at the composition of the newly elected top five, just indicates to you that this is a mixed bag of potatoes. From various slates. You have three people there from the slate of Panyaza Lesufi making it. You also have two people there from the slate of Lebogang Maile, and of course they control the Secretariat. It's also interesting to note that three women, now occupy the positions in the top five, that being of deputy chair, that being of treasurer, and that being the deputy provincial secretary. We go back to the issues that caused so many delays, Desiree. I mean, this conference was marred not only by delays, the issue of credentials, issues of bogus delegates, Desiree, and of course the court interdict as well. But I mean, these are just issues that we expect the top five, the newly elected top five of Gauteng, to actually unpack to us, and of course just give us a way forward, especially around the issues of those 19 quarantine votes, which then saw that court interdict. But of course, as SABC News, we do promise to give you all the live updates in regards to this conference. So I do implore our viewers to stay tuned for that press briefing that will commence at 10 a.m.
Natasha, thank you so much for the update.